Welcome to Kampot, a super laid-back city in South-East Cambodia. Today we're unveiling the city's top highlights, from its trendy cafe scene to a mysterious mountain town, plus the perfect hostel recommendation if you want a chilled out but social atmosphere. We then of course end the day on an absolute high. Hit subscribe and let's jump into the video. First stop on today's agenda, we're going to the top rated cafe here in Kampot, which is Espresso Cafe, and apparently it's some banging coffee, so we haven't had a coffee yet, we need to fuel up ready for our day of sightseeing. So they do actually brew their own coffee here, so they have like a coffee bean machine over there. A full setup, yeah. Yeah, they've got a full coffee setup here, and then you can pour all the beans into bags and they sell them on. But it's actually an Australian inspired cafe, but they use local ingredients from the area, so it's like a mixture of Australian and Cambodian here. Oh yeah, that's proper good coffee. Reminds me of being back in Australia, to be fair. Really nice, thick, good cream. Can't go wrong.
Alright, coffee connoisseur. What we've got to share is hopefully Abby's going to share it. It's like a Cambodian breakfast twist. So it's rice waffles, Kampot rice waffles, crispy bacon, and then eggs Benedict on top. And apparently, Abby's just told me that this place is famous for pepper, which I didn't know that. So we've got famous pepper.
Which is in this dish here.
In the dish, yeah. Alright, is that it?
I think so, yeah. Kampot pepper.
Does it still make you sneeze? Okay, yeah, it tastes like pepper.
So Kampot as a city itself doesn't really offer too much. It's just your usual Asian city, except it has this random durian roundabout. What draws people here lies within the surrounding areas.
We've done the logistics, we've got fuel, we've extended our hostel for tonight, and we've decided to go to the national park. So there's kind of two ways that we can go. One is a pepper farm, which obviously Abby was just saying over breakfast. Kampot is really famous for pepper. But then we're going to go the other way to the national park, which has got some pretty epic things to do. So we're excited.
Just 20 minutes from the hostel is the famous Bokor National Park, home to Bokor Mountain. We got into the national park and it was free entry, and we've just been climbing up this really windy road. Very nice tarmac, really cool like things to look at. We saw an eagle up above us, which I was buzzing about because I love like unusual birds.
There is an eagle, isn't there?
Wow, that's so cool. I love birds. And now we've just pulled over. Can you hear that as well? I don't know what that is, but we just pulled over because there's a family of monkeys. There's loads over there as well, like on the side of the road. I actually don't like monkeys, so I don't know why I'm off the bike.
These ones are friendly though.
He's posing for the camera. He's literally like, and they've got like babies with them, but there's some over there, there's some here, there's some there, so.
Pretty epic,
yeah, it's a fun drive. Oh look, he's on the...
What?
He's on the electrical wires. Just
where?
Like,
oh yeah.
he's up here.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, they're so funny.
I love monkeys when they're far away from me, but if they come any closer.
They're so funny as well, aren't they?
They're just like so human, aren't they? It's bizarre. As soon as we started driving again, we saw monkeys everywhere and realised that the bikes in front of us were throwing bananas at them. It was like the real life Mario Kart at one point. Drove for about half an hour and the temperature properly dropped as we got higher up the mountain as well.
Yeah, I feel like we're actually up quite high now.
Yeah, I feel like you don't realise because you're driving in between trees, but the drive itself was an experience. Like, it was a really nice drive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really, really cool, like windy mountain roads, which is sick.
Yeah.
And we've came to our first stop of the national park, which just looks like a really big Buddha statue up on the hill. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Let's hike up there and have a look, shall we?
Hike.
It's actually surprisingly busy up here with lots of school kids, and people are offering offerings. Offering offerings, probably not the right thing to say, but you know what I mean. But the main thing is a beautiful view out to the sea, and we're only not at the very top yet, but yeah, it's got some really, really beautiful views with the big Buddha in the background, big blue Buddha, so It's very nice. Kind of like misty when you look out, like it's not clear. Like if it was a photo, the contrast looks like it's been pulled down. I don't know why.
I think it's smoky.
Smoky.
From the crops.
Oh yeah, it
in
probably
the city,
is.
maybe. I don't know if it's crops, but it smells like burning
It's
around.
like hazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Back on the road we go.
As we climbed up the mountain further, we spotted what we thought were abandoned flats or hotels. But as we drew closer, we saw there were builders working on them. Really odd, as it was the first proper building we'd seen, and it felt like a really random place. You know what this is? It's just a temple, isn't it?
Yeah.
As we got higher up on the mountain, things started to make a bit more sense. So we've just pulled over because we've seen that there's an actual working hotel behind us. Now the main draw to Bokor Mountain is the fact that it used to be like a French resort for posh people who were like really rich, etc. And then it got abandoned and Cambodian people moved in, and then it got abandoned again when Pol Pot came into power. So it's now like an abandoned town up here, which is really cool to look around. But they still have a working hotel, so we just drove up to it.
Looks pretty
and there's like
abandoned though, yeah.
It does look abandoned. We thought it was the abandoned place, but we drove up to it and there's actual bellboys outside. So you can stay up here still.
So behind me is all of the abandoned buildings from like the French resort in the 1920s, and it is so eerie. So like the buildings are still like, you know, still standing. There's glass windows on some of them, but they're all locked up with little padlocks. It's like so freaky, honestly. It's like a completely abandoned town, and nobody's moved back into it. You would think like being up here, at least some people would want to, but yeah, it's freaky, man.
And next stop on our creepy abandoned tour of weird buildings on top of this abandoned village place is this really cool church. So we're going to walk up the steps now and see, I don't know, have a look around inside. Is there going to be anything there?
I was literally just thinking, this is so random, right? We've come into a national park, we've seen some like nature, some good scenic views. There's a few temples dotted in, and now we're just touring an abandoned village. Like, how random!
Yeah, it's so random.
Such a random day. Oh, look at that lizard!
Oh yeah,
it's a jumping one.
Oh yeah, he's a cool one.
There's something really freaky about an abandoned church, isn't there?
Yeah, more than a temple.
Yeah.
Should we have a look inside? Let's go and have a look.
The outside looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
It does. It has got a really good backdrop for some good pictures. Like, it's going to get dark, isn't it? I'm a bit freaked out. Oh my god, it is. The writing on the wall, that's just so like...
It's like a horror film, isn't it? Like
yeah.
A really old church with like stuff scraped on the wall.
The whole as well. The whole thing's really freaky.
Oh, Jesus.
Literal Jesus.
And then there's clearly really old statues and stuff.
But what's that? Isn't that like it looks like a sacrificial table?
It's an altar.
It's an altar. Wow. There's a Christmas tree. Got a Christmas tree. Yeah, this is definitely creepier than an abandoned temple, that's for sure.
Is this the abandoned one?
Yeah,
Sick. We are outside Baka Palace, which was built in 1925 by the French. 1,000 people died building it, and then it had been, I think, abandoned twice. But I've just checked on booking.com, and you can actually stay here for $400 per night, so it's a 5-star hotel inside. So they've left the outside looking like an absolute shithole and like to make it seem abandoned, and yet it's a really, really luxury hotel inside.
So rightfully so, I've been trying to peer in through the windows. There is a security guard as well telling you not to walk on the grass, hilariously. But I've been trying to peer through the windows. You can't see anything. You can see that it's a natural working hotel, but like you can't really see to what level of luxury inside. But even if you did stay here, I can see the novelty to it. But then you just have tourists walking around trying to go up in all the time. Oh look, there's people. Here's some fancy people now. Look. Oh my god, I've literally just stepped up on this rock and the view is insane, but we've got a massive black cloud, but it's like really odd because we're literally level with the cloud at the moment. So it's gonna like float in towards us, but there's still like blazing hot sunshine and you can see out. Apparently, the island in the very far distance, I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it, but we can see it, is Vietnam. So you're right on top of the world. I think it's like 1,000 meters above sea level, someone told me, but don't quote me on that. And the back of this palace actually looks really fancy. It's the weirdest place ever, honestly. I've never quite witnessed anything like this. It is kind of like it's very, very unique thing to Cambodia. So I would really suggest doing this. It's been a really fascinating day.
Okay, so we are back at the hostel now, which is called Karma Traders, and we couldn't recommend this place enough. It's $20 for a private room, which is super reasonable. And it's got a really, really social vibe, like not like crazy party cringy vibe, it's just like a cool hostel.
This is the main area, so you've got like a chill out zone with a TV, got guitars, loads of comfy sofas, got a really cool hammock you can just chill out in, and then you've got the main bar and restaurant area as well, which is where like most of the events are, so like where the open mic night was last night, etc. Get food, but it's got a really cool kind of relaxed atmosphere here, like kind of boho style, and then you've got a massive swimming pool with a swimming pool bar as well, and like sun lounges, so it's a really nice property. We couldn't recommend this place enough. We've actually really enjoyed it here and made loads of friends, so it's been like, it's a good vibe. After a few hours of chilling, we headed back out to do an activity everyone had been raving about in the hostel.
We've managed to secure ourselves a kayak at this awesome little resort called Gecko Resort. Cost us 20,000 real, and we get it, I didn't even say, so I guess we get it for however long we want, but this is honestly one of the best ways to watch the sunset.
Hello, nice. England.
Oh, England. Yeah, good to see you.
This is a great end to our exploration of Kampot. To be honest, this day really surprised us. Online, no one really hyped up Bokor National Park, and a lot of the recommendations for Kampot are to just chill out, but we had so much fun exploring. Kampot in general is a super laid-back place in Cambodia, and one we would highly recommend. Make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!